site of San Francisco's pre-Stonewall gay riot declared historic landmark. It was a popular late-night hangout for many in the LGBTQ+ community. At the time, dressing contrary to your sex assigned at birth or engaging in same-sex relations was illegal. Staff would sometimes call the police on patrons, especially transgender individuals, thinking they were scaring away the customers. On one hot summer night, the patrons finally said enough, and when the police attempted to arrest a transgender woman, the community fought back. No, this wasn't Stonewall. This was Compton Cafeteria in San Francisco, and a full 3 years before the famous events at the Stonewall Inn. While it was one of the first events in the LGBTQ+ rights movements, many, including in our own community, aren't even aware it happened. The city of San Francisco is helping to amend that, and the city has just declared the building a historic site. District 5 Supervisor Dean Preston, who represents the area containing the site, said in a press release, quote, "At Compton's Cafeteria, the queer community, in the face of state violence, stood up and said no more. That act of courage and bravery has reverberated over time and generations and has inspired countless marginalized people, especially in the queer community, to demand respect, equal treatment, and self-determination. I am proud that the city will recognize this historic site for generations to come," end quote. And I'm one of those people who did not know this.
Yeah, from our work here at the Happening Out Television Network, we've done Road to Stonewall series, which was historic events. I think our gay history is very much in the shadows, and a lot of people have no clue.
Right.
So anytime I can feature a story about something like this.
Well, and I think I learned about it when they brought Tales of the City back, because there were flashbacks to when Anna Madrigal was young, and there was a scene at Compton's Cafeteria.
And we were discussing before the show that frequently happens. When HBO came out with the series The Watchmen, I knew many people who that was the first time they heard about the Tulsa riots, the Black Wall Street riots. That's why we need to tell these stories. Cooper Donuts riots, other people don't know about that. The Upstairs Lounge massacre in New Orleans, which was the largest LGBTQ massacre until Pulse.
Yeah.
People don't know our history. And when you don't know your history, you can't learn. You can't see the challenges we faced and how to surmount them.
I'm afraid of how much we lost because of, we lost a lot of people to AIDS. People have gotten old and, people have gotten old and died. I watch another queer news show that shall remain nameless, but at least every week they're talking about another gay icon who was there at the beginning of the movement dying off. And it's like, how much of this have we lost?
We have to record the history. We have to get it out there.
And the thing of it was, especially in the early days, I don't know how much of this could even get written down, because if they found it, it was like you were dead in the water.
Right. That's literally what happened here at Compton's Cafeteria. The media, very little was reported because they weren't allowed to report on gay issues, which is why they know it happened in August of 1966, but they don't know the exact night.
Right.
Because the riots went for a few days, but they don't know when it started exactly because the records weren't kept. Police reports.
What was like the San Francisco Chronicle? There was no reports.
None of those were allowed to.
Covered.
Yeah, there was very, very little coverage at all.
It's amazing.
Because you weren't allowed to discuss gay issues. Being gay was illegal.
Well, I'm glad this is happening, but it's amazing that it took this long for this to happen. It's unbelievable.
LGBTQ+ news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ+ community.